Welcome to the Healthy Christian Podcast. This podcast is dedicated to empowering Christians to live a fulfilled life by integrating biblical principles with practical steps. Whether you're seeking to deepen your faith, enhance your physical health, or improve your overall well-being, you're in the right place. Let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome to the Healthy Christian Podcast. This is Season 2, Episode 4, where we've been talking about how to live healthy physically. We've been diving into the subject of food. Been a really important topic, and today we are going to be talking about fuel for your future. So food is fuel for your future. Super important mindset to understand. We've been discussing in the previous episodes food and how to view food differently. Some examples is food is medicine, food's nutrition, and today we're going to be talking about food as energy. If you haven't had a chance to view those previous episodes, check them out, but let's dive in today and talk about food as energy. A really important mindset shift to understand that food is energy. It is meant to be energy for your body to help you accomplish the things that you want to accomplish in your life. But how do we get this energy? If food is energy, we're taking it in. How does our bodies convert this food that we're consuming in our mouth into energy and resources that we can use? So I want to give you a really brief overview of how your body does this. Now, you can go in and do a ton of research into this. I want to give you a quick overview so it can help shift your mind around food. We're going to talk about 3 really simple ways that your body takes food and converts it into energy. Kind of 3 stages. This first stage is digestion. I know, probably shocker to you. Almost everybody knows that our body needs to digest food. So this is your stomach, your small and large intestines. Their job is kind of break this food down. You get the food, and to break it down, to get the energy and nutrients that you need from that food is going to have to get broken down. So your stomach and your digestive system's primary job is to begin that process of breaking the food down. We're not going to dive into all the details of that. This is that first stage that I want you to think about. You need a healthy stomach. You need a healthy digestive system in order to do a good job breaking this down. If you've never heard about gut health and stomach health before, this is a really big topic because you're not going to be able to pull out the nutrients that you need if you don't have a healthy digestive system. Diets that are high in sugars are going to create problems in your digestive system that maybe you're going to have to reset. We talked about in previous episodes fasting. That helps reset your digestive system in order for it to do a better job at breaking down your food. Your first stage is this digestion process where it's going to break food down. Not a shocker to most of you, but this is a really important first step that you need to be aware of to make sure that that step is healthy. Because if that step isn't healthy, well, it's going to create a lot of problems on these other 2 steps that we're going to talk about. The next stage is when it begins to kind of degrade or bring down the food to a cellular level. If you think about digestion as major breakdown, to degrade or degraduation is a minor breakdown. This is going to take the food and begin to break it down on a cellular level. Your body has begun to absorb this food through your digestive system. Now it's going to be able to take this food and it's now got to get it into the cells. This is a whole nother process that we're not going to dive into the scientific way of how that's done, but you need to understand that this is another process that your body goes through in order to pull out and get the nutrients that you need into your cells. All is happening on a cellular level. God has created our bodies amazing, but this is all happening in our cells in a way that a lot of times we're not thinking about how this is happening. The first stage makes a lot of sense, right? We know about our stomach and our large and small intestines, but from there, we really lose focus a lot of times and forget that our body is still breaking down this food, and it's still got to get down to another step and another level before we're going to really be able to get the main nutrients and benefits from it. This is an important step, is where it breaks it down, degrades it on another cellular level. Super important process. Your body does this even better when you're healthier. This third stage that I want to talk about is the distribution stage. Now that your body has nutrients that it needs, now it's going to send it to the places that it needs to go. A couple of different things that your body could do with it is it could send it to repair cells. A lot of times this happens as we sleep. As you are sleeping, your body's repairing. Another reason why having a good night's sleep and rest is very important, because your cells are going to get the repair that they need during that time. Another thing is it's going to use it as energy. So we have to be thinking about food as energy. And at this stage, your body is sending the nutrients and the energy that it needs to perform work. Let's just say tomorrow, you know you've got a big day coming up and you've got to do a lot of heavy lifting. You have to help a friend move, right? Fun. We all love that. So you know you got to help a friend move. You're going to have to lift heavy things. You're going to be sweating, working out, something intense. You need to give your body the energy it needs ahead of time so it can begin to break things down and get that energy to you when you need it. Not eating a power bar 10 minutes before. That's why I want you to begin to think about this digestion process and understand that your body's going to take some time to get you the energy that it needs. And then another thing that your body's going to begin to think about is, hey, do I need to store this food? If you've had a super big meal and you're going to go back to work, or you're going to sit at the house, or you ate a big dinner right before bed, your body's beginning to say, hey, I don't need this. I don't need this energy. I don't need to convert this food into energy. I'm going to store it, or it's going to go out as waste. This is an important step that you need to understand, is your body is thinking through this filter of repairing, of energy, and of storing this food for later energy. We don't want excess storage. We want the right amount of storage. Your body needs stored energy, or you wouldn't be able to accomplish things all of a sudden when you need to. But this is important for you to understand how your body's thinking, how your body is designed to operate. You need energy in your life to perform things. So as your body's breaking it down, we want to be able to eat food according to the energy that we want to accomplish, the output that we want to accomplish. So if you have a job where you sit down a lot and you're not exerting a lot of physical energy, your eating lifestyle should reflect that. If you're not putting a demand on yourself physically, then your nutrients and carbs and proteins and fats and the different intake and portion control that you have should reflect the demand that you have on your body. Now, if you're an athlete or you work out every single day, now your meals should revolve around that. If you know you've got something coming up where you're going to use a lot of energy, you should be preparing your body for it. So food is fuel. Food is energy that your body's going to use to accomplish things. Your brain needs this food and energy to operate clearly. If you're just loading yourself with a ton of food, what does it make you do? It makes you sluggish, makes you tired, it makes you lazy. This is why this window around like 2 to 4 o'clock is one of the most unproductive windows that we have in our workplaces, because we've eaten a big meal for lunch and it's starting to make us sluggish and tired. This is also why a lot of diets have gotten popular in the workplace of snacking often, is to keep that energy level and to keep your body in this burn rate. But whatever path you choose, my hope is that you would begin to think about food as energy. Not food to please your taste buds or to indulge yourself, but hey, what energy do I need today? Or what energy do I even need to have tomorrow? And if you can kind of shift your mind to thinking about, hey, what's going to happen tomorrow? Maybe let me eat today based off the energy I need tomorrow. Because this digestion process is going to take time. If you're eating something that's a sugary drink or something, a very simple carb, your body's going to take time to really get that energy to you. What I want you to think about is this is a process that takes time. So maybe it's going to help you in thinking about, hey, let me eat today for tomorrow. Or maybe the latter part of my day, my lunch and dinner, is helping set me up for healthy balance tomorrow. We need breakfast, we need to eat, we need these nutrients in our body to power us throughout the day. But again, having this mindset of, I need this as energy. I'm using this food as fuel to give me the energy that I need. There was a time in my life where I felt like I needed to give up caffeine. I was having energy drinks throughout the day. I'd have coffee in the morning. I didn't even actually realize how much caffeine I was drinking and consuming. It was probably around the 400 milligrams of caffeine a day, which is very high and dangerous for you. But I didn't even realize I was consuming that much caffeine, because what happened was I was supplementing my poor diet with caffeine. I wasn't viewing food as fuel. I was viewing food as something that I was just going to do or enjoy. Therefore, food was making me sluggish. It was making me tired. The types of food I was eating, the amount of food I was eating was making me tired. So what happened, I had to supplement it because I still needed energy. So I would drink caffeine products. I would do other things to help keep my energy up, when all along it was my diet and the food that I was consuming that was contributing to my low energy. If you begin to think that food is fuel, food is energy, then you can begin to shift your energy levels and be in control of your energy levels. Come on, who wants to be in control of your energy and have energy throughout the day? I know I do. When I begin to shift my own thinking away from that, guess what? Today, I don't even drink caffeine. I don't even need it. There have been times where I will grab a cup of tea because I enjoy drinking something, and then I realize I didn't even finish it. So there's not a lot of caffeine in tea. But because I began to shift my diet and shift my view of food, my dependence on caffeine or for energy boost throughout the day were gone, because I was constantly feeding my body the nutrients and energy that it needed. The same thing can happen for you. You can have the energy you need throughout the day by eating good quality food, the right amounts, and the right balance. So this is a process, right? You're going to have to learn what your body likes. You're going to have to try things. You're going to have to experiment a little bit, but it is worth the journey and you diving in and finding out what you can use for food. Now, I want to share with you a few scriptures that I believe are impactful with this thinking, because God has designed our body in a powerful way. 1 Corinthians 10:31 says, whatever you eat or drink or whatever you do all for the glory of God. It's interesting how it throws in whatever you eat or drink. Could have just easily said, whatever you do all for the glory of God. But it's interesting how God put that in there. Whatever you eat or drink, whatever you're putting in your body, whatever you are consuming into yourself, do it for the glory of God. What does this mean? It means that we should use our bodies to honor God, to make a difference in this world. If I'm putting food into my body that's going to make me tired, make me sluggish, and not want to do things and help other people, then I'm not really using food what it's designed for. I'm using food to please myself, and making me tired and not productive. 1 Kings chapter 19, there's this passage that always blew me away, that there is power in food, and there's also power in food when God blesses what you eat. Listen to this story out of 1 Kings 19. It says, and an angel of the Lord came a second time and touched him and says, arise and eat, for the journey is great ahead for you. And he arose and ate and drank, and he went in the strength of that food for 40 days and nights. A powerful testimony that there is power and nutrition in food. I don't recommend going 40 days without eating and 40 nights. But what I'm trying to tell you is God has designed food to be energy and nutrients for your body. I love this story, how God fed his prophet. He gave him food and energy. God provided for him nutrients, but God also blessed it. And he blessed those nutrients because this prophet was honoring God with his life and with his body. My encouragement for you is when you eat, when you consume food, if you want God to bless it,
then use that food for the glory of God. Use your body to make a difference, a great positive difference in this world. So I believe God has designed food to be a blessing to us, to give us energy so we can live a fulfilled life. But we have to pay attention to this, and we have to change our thinking so we view food as energy instead of something that's going to please us. So, hey, let's wrap this up. Let's talk about some next steps here. I want you to evaluate your relationship with food. Let's be honest with yourself. How do you view food? What do you think about when it comes to food? Is your first thoughts go to, I need dessert with every food? I want you to just write that down. Think about it wherever you are. How do I view food? What is my relationship with food? Begin to think about that. The next time you feel like you need to eat or you have to have something, do you need that dessert? Do you need that sandwich? Just because you've always done something doesn't mean it's good for you. So what's your relationship with food? How are you viewing the things that you are putting in your body? I also want to encourage you for a next step is to shift why you eat. I'm going to eat because I need energy. If you don't need energy, don't eat it. There we go. Come on, shift your mindset about it. Don't eat just to eat. Don't even have to finish a meal. I want to free you up right now. You don't have to finish the food just because it's on your plate. Take it to go. Save it for later. If you don't want to save it for later, okay, throw it away. I don't want you to waste food, but what I'm saying is free yourself from having to finish everything. A good habit for you to get in, let's just say you're eating a hamburger, right? Cut that hamburger in half, eat half of it, and wait. You don't have to finish that right there and right in that moment. Maybe a step for you is to begin to portion control, to challenge yourself with your portions. Do I need all of this food? Am I going to go and do something where this food and this energy is required of it? Because your body is going to do something with the food that you're giving it. What do you want your body to do with the food? I hope you find this encouraging, and I hope that this kind of shift in your thinking can change the way you're viewing food so this food can be fuel for your body. I hope you have a great week, and I look forward to many more great conversations coming up in the future.
Thank you for tuning in to the Healthy Christian Podcast. Now it's your turn to put these principles we've discussed into action. We'd love to hear how they've impacted you. Please rate, review, and share the podcast with others. Join us on social media to continue the conversation and share your insights. Until next time, stay healthy.